What's up, everybody? This review from Loose Collectors The Crypt, we're taking a look at Muraco of the West. He is one of the great wolves. Now, Loose Collector looks like he did four wolves. I don't know if they're going to be based on some kind of story that maybe he's trying to put out in the future or anything like that, or the company's trying to do. But yeah, you have the different directions, north, south, east, west. Um, so yeah, each one has a different color, different name, and I believe different bio. So this one, Muraco of the West, is the gray version. I decided to start with him. I had the Furry Planet, the brown one, so I kind of wanted to get a different color, start out with a different one, and it was kind of a tough choice because I really wanted the white one, and the black one looks very sinister and looks really awesome also. So that I really like the gray as well. So I decided just to jump in with this one, um, and we'll check it out, of course. So again, from Loose Collector, there's the front, here's the side, the back with his bio, which is really really awesome, and then you got the picture of the other three. So I mean, he looks like a really nice one. Garros. You got Dylan, who looks very sinister, and Boslek is like something that I don't know. For some reason, seeing like a white wolf is like I don't know, really cool to me for some reason, and I really wanted to pick that up. But really, all the colors stand out to me. He looks really awesome, like a beast. Garrus just seems like a standard one, but Morocco looks awesome also. So yeah, that's the back with the bio and them. We got the other side. Now let's get them open and check them out. All right, so here's Morocco outside of the packaging, and he looks massive. We already knew this; he was going to be a really large figure. We've seen promo pics, or at least I have. Maybe you have also, with him next to the veteran William from Furry Planet, or other wolves, other figures. Their hide figure, which was also really massive. So seeing him next to those, you kind of got a sense of the scale. But yeah, he is a giant wolf and looks very awesome. First glance at him. One thing to remind is if you haven't seen anything on these loose collector wolves, maybe you have, but just need a little reminder is that you're going to want to heat this guy up before you start posing it. One of the big issues and drawbacks for him was having like super stiff joints and things breaking, falling apart. It was pretty bad. I think he ended up getting delayed and then maybe even sent back. And I say that him, but I mean like all the wolves. So yeah, definitely want to remember to warm him up, hot water, that sort of thing, loosen those joints before you start messing with it. I did him, and still some of the joints are a little bit stiff or got stiff again. So I think I need to warm him up again. But I think I got enough of him free to kind of do this review. So just looking at him, very imposing. That's a large figure. Sculpt looks amazing. He comes with his different accessories, which are just hands. I mean, these are two of the hands. I love the sculpt of this one already. Like climbing a wall, grabbing somebody, clawing at somebody. But look at the paint detail on there. Like that looks really awesome. The sculpt, the folds. That is a big hand. That paint detail. Like wow. Really awesome. And it's like that for the other hands. So he's got definitely these hands. You've got a little more slightly closed hands, and then you've got this. Nice shading through there. And you've got, of course, it's the pegs for rotation, and you've got the hinges. But really awesome. And then we've got him himself. So for Morocco, you got, look at those eyes. Those eyes are really cool. They're like it's like an orange with the yellow going through it. Kind of gives it more of a piercing look. On the yellow, almost makes it even look gold on top of that orange like that. Just really nice. That sculpt, you got the nice. You can see the gum lines, the teeth. See if we can get a little more in there. See those eyes a little better. The teeth and gums look wet. The fur sculpt looks amazing. The shading in there, grays, like a bluish gray, lighter grays, a little bit of white, some black. Looks really awesome. Sculpting in the arms, white on the chest. Check that out. And some really nice sculpting in there, those details. All the way down to the feet and claws there. His tail was another accessory that was loose. You just pop it in here. This piece right here is like a little softer plastic. It has a little spot you can plug it in. Definitely still want to heat this up also. Yeah, that's his sculpt. So we'll mess with the articulation a little bit. He's got a ball peg for the head. You'll pop that on, and it does rotate, but it doesn't really go up and down. It doesn't move, and I don't know if that's because it's not heated up. I don't think it moves up and down at all, which is a disappointment. You've got a hinged jaw though, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Pretty awesome. Get that, you can see the tongue in there more. You got a diaphragm cut that I couldn't really get much out of. Doesn't really do anything. Maybe I heated it up and I still can't get anything out of it. I might try it again, but I'm pretty sure that's not there. Um, no butterfly joints, just the ball peg. So you get the rotation in the shoulder. T-pose. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows that reach really far in there. One of those stiff joints in joint areas you got to be careful with. Like, don't force it. If you ever feel anything, feel like it just kind of stops, just heat it up again. Like mine right there kind of feels a little stuck. That was kind of risky, but now coming back forward, it's pretty tough. So I might heat this up again. Once you get to a certain point, though, it just stops anyways because of the sculpt in there. It's not as free as this one here. So you're getting most of your rotation from in, or your bend from in this portion. But that's pretty good right there. That's about as far as he's going. You got the peg, you got the hinge, hand, rotation. You've got a ball waist, which is really nice. You can, lean it, turn it, twist it. It has a little stiff right there, twisting it, so I'm not going to go too far. It's one of those things where I'll heat it up and then try to work some more rotation in it. But for right now, my up and down, back and forth is pretty free. So that's as far forward as he's going, as far back as he's going. Him being such a large figure, though, you kind of wish he could, look down better. For the legs, his legs will go out. Let's see, goes in there, going out about that far. There is a upper thigh cut that's hidden a little bit by the sculpt. Double jointed knees that bend about that far. Of course, you've got this mid part right here, and you've got the foot hinge in rotation. So gives you a nice articulation in the legs. And he is a heavy figure. So I'm glad that he is a little stiff and you got it feels ratchety to kind of help hold him. Now this leg is a little stuck here, so I'm not going to force it. I do get rotation that's free, but it's one of those things where I'm going to have to heat it up in there to get that ball in the hip free. So yeah, it's probably the same thing for some of these other parts. Actually, this one's not too bad on this side. Just that one. So right now I got kind of one frozen joint in there. And again, we're not going to want to push that. Let me see if his foot on this side is good. Just a little bit, yeah. Like one notch. So everything extended. He's pretty tall. He was like even crouched down in this like more wolf menacing pose. He's a big guy, but with that leg fully extended. That's not really how wolves or anything like that stand. That's pretty tall. Of course, it's going to be more like that style, though. And that's his articulation. All right. With his other accessories on, I put the fist in there. That's what it looks like. Looks a little strange in there. I don't know why. Maybe if there was a little bit of fur sculpted this way to hide that joint or make it look a little more streamlined. Just looks a little strange, but I don't know why it doesn't look as strange with this hand. But I love this hand here. Very, very menacing. Looks a little strange with the fist, though, in a way. So I think I'm going to use this style hand for both, maybe? Lean them back. Turn the head, open the mouth. Pretty cool looking. It's a big figure. Kind of wish you could go a little bit further back again. I'm going to try to free this one up if I can. Well, looking at the sculpt there, it doesn't look like it's going to allow it to move anyways. So yeah, I guess that is it. And of course you got this tail that's on the ball, so it just plugs in and it just rotates around. It just fits right in there. Turn it, motion, everything like that. See, so this is part of the reason I wish he had more articulation was in the head is because you can get him down in a little pose, but he can't look straight ahead. That's a little disappointing, but I guess maybe he's just meant to be a big brute. And that's it. Maybe that's what they're going for with these style or with this style. It's from the crypt, so you got hide, and I guess this is just the wolf. Well, you got 4 wolves for this one, so yeah, I don't know. And I wish he could howl better, like at the moon. Like I have to bend his legs way back and do something crazy. Just looks a little more, I say unnatural, even though they're werewolves and stuff. It doesn't look like what we've come to see or expect in like a werewolf movie or something like that. So yeah, I'll grab a couple other figures for a little size comparison. All right, so here is our loose collector wolf Muraco. next to the veteran William from Furry Planet. And man, I still love this Furry Planet one. Honestly, the Great Wolf is huge and it has like a different kind of presence, but he's not that much larger than the veteran William, I would say. And the articulation is, I don't know. I don't remember having that much of an issue with veteran William at all. One thing I did love was we'll go ones of the complaints from Muraco was look at that head drop. Look at it raise up. It goes side to side. Like, how awesome is that? Of course, he's got different head sculpts. Um, but that alone is like very, very cool. Now, his head also doesn't go all the way up. So when he's in like a wolf up pose or crawling or something like that, he doesn't look directly ahead, but he does it better than him. And part of that is because he actually uses his diaphragm cut more. The sculpt isn't in the way or anything like that. You can hunch him forward, got some good posing, and then when you're going back, diaphragm, look at that arch in there. And then the head, again, does slide up, and he looks more head than that Muraco does. Muraco does have the double jointed elbows, but you get just as fine emotion out of the single joint, so they did that really well. You got similar articulation here in the legs, except he doesn't have the upper thigh cut, which I do like that in Muraco. I do like that for every figure. They put the rotation and stuff in the knee. One thing or reason is this whole thing, he has to be set up a certain way to also put the clothes on because he does have an entirely different set that changes his look. But I mean, the more I see them together, I'm like, this is still a really great wolf. He does come with the tail. I didn't plug it in. I don't know why I don't leave it in there, but yeah, I'll have to pull that out and put that in there. So I mean, he's a really nice size, really nice sculpt. I don't remember there being like super scary issues. Of course, with any of your figures nowadays, you kind of want to warm them up if you feel any resistance. Not saying that there isn't any out there that didn't snap or anything like that, but yeah, I don't remember being as worried about this guy as I was with Muraco. But yeah, I mean, you look at that size, the sculpt, the details. You're getting almost the same stuff, except for this guy's very large. I mean, I guess that's why they call him the Great Wolves. I did want to get the brown one to kind of mix in with this guy and, kind of be in like a little pack. But I thought I would give it a shot with the gray because I think the gray was just calling to me. But the black one is also, especially the white one too. So, yeah. I don't know. I figured if I was going to give one a shot, the gray one was the one that I wanted to definitely give a try. And so that's why I got Muraco. Yeah, I mean, you look at that, and then for another comparison, I'll bring in a Monster Hunter. This is my Mezco Blade. That is a custom um, armor. It didn't come with this. I can't remember. It's been a while since I got it, so I don't remember who actually made this one anymore. But yeah, here's the Mezco Blade standing between the two, and you can see that difference. That he's still shorter than this guy, so this guy is still imposing if you never got Muraco. Now, if you got Muraco, it's looking pretty intense there. And then if you got a set of them, pack, it makes it look even more intimidating. So I thought about that because Veteran William comes in 3 colors now. So he's brown, you've got the white version, and then with the Monster Force figures, they have a different one. It's not called Veteran William, but it's based on the same buck, but he's all black. And so then you can get the black one of that one with the black one of the Great Wolves, and that looks awesome. You can get the white one with the white one. Make your own pack basically, or you keep them all different colors and they're blended. Everybody's different. It's your world again. Just do whatever you want. But yeah, this that's the Mezco figure next to them. So I don't know if you really even need to go this large. This guy is just fine. He's perfect. He's still intimidating, imposing. This one is massive. So and then you got to worry about some QC stuff. But yeah, I mean that's him next to a Mezco. Guess from there you can see what scale you need or want. All right. So final thoughts are, um, I think it's a good figure. I don't think it's an amazing figure. It's really good though. Um, Veteran Williams really awesome, and when you have them both to compare, I think I don't want to say it kind of brings this one down a little bit, but it's also kind of a nice thing. It kind of you're, at least the way I feel, is kind of like, did I have to have it? Maybe not, but it has its own presence. I would say he's a really cool looking figure. He's a good figure, but he's a really cool looking one. When you see him on your shelf, even just standing there, you're like, damn, that's awesome. Same thing with Veteran William, but I mean, if you got them standing next to next or next to each other, you're like, that Veteran William, that he looks really cool, but that is one massive beast right next to him. And what is that? It's not until you try to do all the extra crazy stuff is where you find where you where it might be lacking. You might have something pop off, so you got to worry about that. Maybe you want to hit certain poses that you can't really. Um, Not that this guy was absolutely perfect and nailed everything, but you can do a little bit more, just a little bit more with that guy. And then this guy had a higher price point, so that kind of adds into it also, which is why I only did one of the wolves, so I can really test it out and see how I felt about it. Think D Amazing brought this guy. There's actually the same Great Wolf to Ishkan, and you might have saw it in my Ishkan video. If you didn't, he was there, and I really wanted to mess with it, but I know that everybody was kind of scared to mess with it because we all knew and heard about those early issues. I don't know if they're all fixed. He does come with that warning. Warm up your figure. Do not try to force anything. But I think for standing on your shelf like this, he's a beast. He'll look awesome in photos and that sort of thing. But if you're trying to really push it, I don't know. I don't know if that's the one. Again, that's totally going to be on you and what you're looking for. You want that much more imposing versus him. You want to be that much more, looking down at a figure, any figure. I mean, it does look crazy already right there. You put him in front of him, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a wolf. He's outsized. He's out. Like, that's going to be a fight. You put him in front of him and you're like, holy crap. That's going to be a fight. So you get that kind of look out of him being that much larger. So yeah, I don't know. It's totally, that's going to be a tough one for, if you don't have either one of these and you're trying to decide which way to go. That's going to be pretty tough. But I hope this video kind of helped you maybe make up your mind a little bit. Will I try another Great Wolf? Maybe, because they do look cool and they have that shelf presence. Sit them up there in a nice pose, standing there, looking very beastly. But I think for, getting really, I guess, playful with it and messing with it, I think I might prefer that better than William, just a little bit more. Especially because they're not as drastic between the two as I thought they were going to be. So yeah, again, I'm glad I grabbed one just to kind of see what was going on. Maybe the Great Wolves kind of go on sale. If they go on sale, I'm not opposed to getting another one. Again, I don't think it's a terrible figure. Just right now, I don't know that it screams out at me to like, I have to go get the other ones, like right now. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this review. Again, hopefully it helped you make up your mind. Maybe I just made it worse for you guys. But yeah, that's it. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.